The rumors of a secret chapter in the Obama marriage behind every iconic love story, a secret chapter often hides, capable of revealing unexpected twists. Rumors now suggest that the once indestructible bond between Barack and Michelle Obama might be showing signs of deep strain. Between whispers of growing tension, unexplained absences at major events, and hints of a mysterious third person, questions are mounting about the true state of their relationship. Could this mark the start of a dramatic new chapter in the Obama saga? Follow us as we explore the evidence behind these surprising allegations and uncover the supposed rift in the Obama marriage. According to a source close to the couple, Michelle is finished with Washington and finished with Barack. She knows they cannot risk destroying their legacy with a messy public divorce, but behind closed doors it is a completely different story, as reported by RadarOnline.com. Observations of Barack's solo life and Michelle's absences. These reports have intensified as Barack Obama has been increasingly seen alone, dining at upscale restaurants in Washington, D.C., while Michelle, now 61, has been notably absent from several high-profile events. Insiders suggest that Barack's solo outings could indicate he is adjusting to a life without his wife. One source stated, he is adapting to life without her. People close to the couple know this has been brewing for a long time. Such observations have sparked concern among political commentators and the public, as the couple has long been seen as a symbol of unity and stability. One of the first signs mentioned by observers was Michelle's absence from the funeral of former President Jimmy Carter, a particularly unusual move given her history of attending important events. Barack attended the funeral alone alongside other former U.S. presidents and first ladies, while Michelle was nowhere to be found. The official statements and the skepticism surrounding them, a source familiar with the situation, commented that Michelle has always been the type to show up and play her part, regardless of what was happening behind the scenes. Her absence from such a significant event, as well as her absence during the inauguration of Donald Trump, where her presence was highly anticipated, has only fueled speculation. A statement from the Obama's office confirmed that former President Barack Obama is confirmed to attend the 60th inaugural ceremonies, but former First Lady Michelle Obama will not participate in the upcoming inauguration. Although this explanation was met with skepticism, insiders believe Michelle's choice to skip these events is not just a matter of scheduling, but rather a sign of deeper dissatisfaction with her life in the spotlight. Some sources have linked her decision to a growing resentment toward the demands imposed both politically and personally. Allegations of a third party and political disagreements, adding another dimension to this evolving drama. Some reports suggest that Barack's behavior might be influenced by a supposed involvement with another woman. Insiders claim that his frequent solo outings and increased independence could be evidence of an extramarital relationship. Although details are scarce and rumors remain unconfirmed, the implication is that Barack's distraction could be tied to this new development, further straining an already struggling marriage. Another source claimed that marital tensions increased due to disagreements over political ambitions. It is reported that Barack has long expressed frustration over Michelle's refusal to consider a presidential run, an idea he apparently supported in the past. He has resented her for it forever. It was the straw that broke the camel's back for her, an insider revealed. This accusation suggests that Michelle's decision to focus on her well-being and personal happiness pushed her to a point where she was no longer willing to make sacrifices to preserve his political legacy. Media reactions and the debunking of tabloid rumors. The situation has not only caught the attention of insiders, but has also triggered a literal storm on social media. On platforms like X and various podcasts, conservative commentator Meghan McCain spoke out vehemently about these rumors. During a recent podcast appearance, McCain stated, "I have heard this rumor relayed by credible sources that the Obamas are getting divorced." McCain's comments, echoed by other journalists and political commentators, have helped fuel the narrative that the couple may be leading separate lives. Commentator Tara Palmieri, for example, also claimed, "I just learned that they are living separate lives," adding that these behavioral changes seem to confirm long-standing suspicions about the state of their marriage. Adding to the wave of speculation, extravagant rumors even linked Barack Obama to Hollywood star Jennifer Aniston. These claims, relayed by sources such as a cover story in In Touch magazine, pretend there is an obsessive connection between Barack and Aniston. However, Aniston herself addressed the matter on Jimmy Kimmel's show, dismissing the allegations as absolutely false and noting she had only met the former president once. This rumor seems more like a distraction and tabloid sensationalism than a reflection of the real state of the Obama marriage. Michelle's public reaffirmation of their unity. The Obamas are reaffirming their union amidst persistent divorce rumors and tabloid speculation. Michelle and Barack Obama have taken clear steps on social media to end the gossip. This Wednesday, Michelle Obama used Instagram to share a heartfelt message to her husband and reaffirm their unity. In her message, she announced that the Obama Presidential Center would honor Hadia Pendleton, a bright student honored for her excellent academic results, whose tragic death in 2013 shocked the country. Hadia had participated in Barack's second inauguration just days before her death. Michelle wrote, "To this day, I carry Hadia's story with me everywhere I go. She had an extraordinary light that will never be forgotten, and Barack and I look forward to honoring her memory through a dedicated space at the Obama Presidential Center." By using the phrase Barack and I and referring to him as my husband on the center's website, she clearly signaled that the couple remains united despite recent speculation. Heartfelt social media tributes and anniversary messages. These statements come after persistent rumors suggesting the former presidential couple might be on the path to separation, an idea that gained traction after several notable absences by Michelle at major events. In an effort to counter these divisive rumors, Barack and Michelle have used social media to share messages of love and unity. On January 17th, for Michelle's birthday, Barack posted a touching tribute on Instagram that drew reactions from many users. "Happy birthday to the love of my life, Michelle Obama. You fill every room with warmth, wisdom, humor, and grace, and you do it with style. I am so lucky to be able to live this adventure with you. I love you." This message, accompanied by a photo of the couple holding hands, aimed to reinforce the image of a still solid relationship. Shortly after, on Valentine's Day, Barack again highlighted their unbreakable connection with another publication. 32 years together, and you continue to take my breath away. Happy Valentine's Day to Michelle Obama. Michelle responded with tenderness in an equally moving message. "If there is one person I can always count on, it's you, Barack Obama. You are my rock, you always have been, and you always will be. Happy Valentine's Day, my love." Michelle's professional focus as a rebuttal to gossip. These publications served as a direct response to the divorce rumors circulating online and in the media. Rather than letting these unfounded allegations fuel public conversation, the Obamas chose to use their platforms to highlight their mutual commitment, not only to each other but also to the causes they care about. In addition to these personal messages, Michelle actively pursues her professional and activist work, demonstrating that her attention is focused on her mission rather than alleged marital tensions. Recently, she posted a video announcing the continuation of her partnership with Reach Higher in the American School Counselor Association. In this video, dressed in an elegant patterned blazer, a turtleneck, and large earrings, Michelle expressed her gratitude to school counselors across the country, calling them the beating heart of the education system. She emphasized the importance of their work, stating, "This essential work often goes unnoticed, and that is why for many years I have strived to ensure they receive the recognition they deserve." By speaking directly about her commitment to education, Michelle not only refocused attention on her priorities, but also indirectly demonstrated that the rumors about her marriage are mere distractions. Her devotion to her mission, combined with the warmth of her public statements, shows that the Obamas care more about their positive impact than speculative gossip. The origin story of Barack and Michelle's 30-year romance, 30 Years of Love. The relationship between Barack and Michelle Obama has lasted for over 30 years, testifying to their unwavering commitment and their shared journey through life's ups and downs. Their enduring love continues to inspire countless people around the world. Barack and Michelle first met in 1989 at the law firm Sidley Austin LLP, where their professional roles unexpectedly paved the way for a personal connection. As Michelle recalled in an interview with ABC News, the firm noticed they were both Harvard graduates and thought, "Oh, we're going to put these two people together." In O, the Oprah magazine, Barack remembers this first impression, saying, "I remember being struck by her height and her beauty. Despite these initial observations, Their first meeting was marked by a mix of professional courtesy and personal hesitation. Just 1 month after meeting, Barack made the first move. On July 1st, 1989, the couple had their first date, a day that would change the course of their lives. Barack offered Michelle what he described as the best ice cream Baskin-Robbins could offer, and they spent the afternoon exploring an art museum, seeing a Spike Lee film, and sharing ice cream at a sidewalk table. As Barack later recalled, "I kissed her, and it was like tasting chocolate." Michelle, who had initially found his advances completely kitschy, was quickly captivated by his sincere charm. She summarized that day by saying, "We hit it off right away, and by the end of the date, it was all over. I was won over." The romantic proposal in their historic wedding day. The relationship took a more serious turn on July 30, 1991, when Barack proposed during a romantic dinner at Gordon's restaurant in Chicago, a celebration of his success on the bar exam that also served as a marriage proposal. Michelle described this moment in her memoir, Becoming. "As we reached the end of the meal, Barack smiled at me and brought up the subject of marriage. He took my hand and told me that despite all the love he had for me, he didn't really see the point. Instantly, I felt my cheeks flush. It was like pressing a big flashing red button. I was almost too angry to look down, but when I did, I saw a dark velvet box where the chocolate cake was supposed to be. Barack looked at me mischievously. He had tricked me. It took me a moment to dispel my anger and give in to a shock of joy." On October 3rd, 1992, the couple united in a ceremony at Trinity United Church of Christ in Chicago. Michelle opted for a dramatic, off-the-shoulder satin gown, while Barack sported a classic tuxedo look with a white bow tie. Their reception at the South Shore Cultural Center was filled with simple but moving moments, including their first dance to You and I by Stevie Wonder. Building a family and the start of a political legacy. Family life quickly became central to their relationship. On July 4th, 1998, the Obamas welcomed their first daughter, Malia. Michelle later revealed in Becoming that the path to parenthood had not been easy, having gone through several miscarriages and undergoing IVF treatments before Malia's birth. Nearly 3 years later, on June 10, 2001, their family grew with the birth of their second daughter, Sasha. These milestones not only enriched their personal lives, but also set the stage for their future roles as one of America's most admired families. Barack's political career began to take shape on November 5, 1996, when he was elected to the Illinois Senate. The Obamas then found themselves in the spotlight, a trend that only intensified Barack's political trajectory. On November 2nd in 2004, he was elected to the U.S. Senate, and a few years later, on February 10, 2007, he announced his candidacy for the presidency, surrounded by Michelle and their daughters. The 2008 presidential election culminated in a historic victory on November 4, 2008, when Barack was elected the 44th President of the United States. During his acceptance speech, he paid tribute to Michelle, stating, "I would not be here tonight without the unyielding support of my best friend for the last 16 years, the rock of our family and the love of my life, our nation's next First Lady, Michelle Obama." The White House years in the image of a united family. On January 20, 2009, during his inauguration, the Obamas shared the nation's admiration with a memorable dance to At Last by Etta James, performed by Beyoncé, illustrating their unity as they took on the role of the first family of the United States. The years spent at the White House further strengthened the public image of the Obamas as a devoted couple and a close-knit family. Barack's presidency was marked by significant milestones and challenges, and throughout this period, Michelle remained by his side, balancing her own initiatives with the demands of her role as First Lady. She launched the Let's Move initiative to fight childhood obesity, advocated for education, and even revived the tradition of the Victory Garden by planting a vegetable garden at the White House. Their joint public appearances were often filled with warm gestures, heartfelt birthday tributes, affectionate looks during speeches, and supportive embraces at political events. These moments reinforce the image of a united couple, committed as much to their family as to public service, despite constant media attention. Life after the presidency and the honesty of their memoirs. After leaving the White House on January 20, 2017, the Obamas opted for a less exposed life while continuing to inspire through their work and personal achievements. On October 3rd, 2017, they celebrated 25 years of marriage with low-key festivities and heartfelt messages on social media. The couple also enjoyed moments together during vacations in Italy, Hawaii, and the British Virgin Islands, moments that highlighted the importance of family and personal time away from public obligations. In May 2020, Michelle's memoir, Becoming, appeared on Netflix, offering an intimate look at her life, hopes, and relationships. Around the same time, Barack's memoir, A Promised Land, gave insight into the tensions and challenges of life at the White House, including the pressures placed on their marriage. In his book, Barack admitted, "Lying in the dark next to Michelle, I would think back to those days when everything between us felt lighter, and my heart would suddenly tighten at the thought that those days might never return." Celebrating 30 years and being open about marital struggles. On October 3rd, 2022, the couple celebrated 30 years of marriage with a series of nostalgic photos and messages on social media. Michelle wrote, "Happy anniversary to the man I love. These last 30 years have been an adventure, and I am grateful to have you by my side. I love you, Barack Obama." Their commitment was further reinforced on November 25th, 2022, when Michelle shared marriage advice through a series of photo booth images, calling her husband "my home" and emphasizing the importance of building a life together. Despite their public image as a united couple, the Obamas have been frank about the difficulties encountered in their marriage. Life in the spotlight and the demands of public service have sometimes put their relationship to the test. In his memoir, Barack described the tension he felt during the grueling years at the White House, while Michelle shared sincere reflections on managing conflict and maintaining a strong partnership. During an appearance on the podcast On Purpose with Jay Shetty on January 8, 2024, Michelle admitted, "I don't want people to look at Barack and me as the ideal couple without knowing that, no, things break sometimes, even in the best marriages. We made a lot of mistakes and we got things wrong. Learning to manage conflict and the power of therapy." She explained that early in their marriage, disagreements could last for days, but over time they had learned to better manage conflicts. "It's the choice to look for solutions and not give up when it becomes difficult," she continued. "If I had given up, I would have also missed all the beauty that was there." The couple's willingness to undergo couples therapy during difficult times further demonstrates their commitment to overcoming challenges together. Barack once wrote about the feeling of an underlying tension in their home, a tension born from the pressures of political life and the constant gaze of the public. Yet despite these obstacles, they found ways to reconnect and strengthen their bond. In August 2024, the Obamas returned to the electoral stage by supporting Vice President Kamala Harris and showing their continued commitment to public service. Their joint appearance at the Democratic National Convention clearly showed that they remain a united front, both in their personal lives and in their public actions. A united front on the political stage and a final reflection. The couple's decision to speak out in support of a political candidate underscores that their relationship, built over decades, is resilient enough to withstand the pressures of the public eye. Their relationship reminds us that love is not a constant state of perfection, but a continuous effort to understand each other, compromise, and grow together. Whether it is dedicating a memorial garden in honor of Hadia Pendleton or heartfelt messages for birthdays and Valentine's Day, every gesture shows that Barack and Michelle remain deeply committed to one another. Their consistent and sincere messages, as well as their united public presence, have effectively silenced the unfounded claims circulating in the media. So, what do you think? Can a relationship truly withstand the constant glare of public attention? Or is there something more beneath the surface? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If this story changed the way you view the most iconic figures in history, please subscribe to our channel and like this video. We are uncovering the history they tried to bury. Let's plant the seeds for the future. The next treasure will be revealed soon.